What is going on, Initiative? Welcome back to the channel. This is the Afro Anime Initiative podcast where we talk about everything in Afrofuturism from A to Z. I am your host, Darren Bradley, along with
Paulina Guerriere, what's up, y'all? Sorry for how I sound. I may sound congested and a mouth breather. I literally was just hit with a cold like this week, so bear with me and all the sniffing that you may have to endure. But hey!
look at the dedication.
Okay.
Oh man, so today's gonna be a more casual experience, guys. So please like, comment, share, let us know some things because basically we're just gonna talk about some random geek stuff. Just get random cool geek stuff that we're into. Because Paulina Con season is upon us, and the first, well, to me, even though it's technically not a con, it feels like one major con of the season is Toy Fair, and just I ain't gonna front. It has me just psyched for things black, and people are like Toy Fair. Why would Toy Fair?
Okay, I was
How
gonna
you
ask you,
psyched for
like,
things black?
what is Toy Fair like? This is the first I've
Toy
ever heard
Fair
of Toy Fair. So
is like a, how can I put this? It's more of a industry convention. You have to have a press pass, and you get to meet the different toy manufacturers and licensors and see the new stuff that they got coming out, or just stuff they've already announced, like even last year, but they just now getting ready to put out. And you can go see it like live, like in person, like even touch it sometimes. And it's exactly what it is. It's Toy Fair.
that sounds
Toys, toys,
so
toys, toys,
much
toys.
fun. Oh my god, I wish I could. I wish I heard of that before. That sounds so much
Oh yeah,
fun.
oh
What?
yeah. And like I said, if people like, share, comment, and subscribe, yeah, I know I already did it, but it was a perfect segue.
Yeah.
Help build up our audience. We can get press passes. We can go.
Yeah. Please.
And there's a reason.
Share.
Go ahead.
Please share. I want to go.
Yeah, obviously, there's a reason why we can go because thanks to the advent of better technology, Black and African characters actually look Black and African. They're so cool.
Yes.
They're so dope. There's Green Lanterns. There's X-Men. There's Ghostbusters. G.I. Joe just got announced. So all the black, characters from G.I. Joe, it's beautiful. And they look black and they don't look like caricatures. They look like people.
That's awesome.
And I want them. I need to chill out, but I want them. Like, I just got 3 Lando Calrissian figures from Star Wars, and they look like the characters that play Lando, the men that play Lando. I call them my Billy D. Williams and Childish Gambino toys. I don't even call them Landos. They look dope, And these things are like $20. It's $20, maybe a little more taxes. Chicago sucks, but they're $20. And that's just cool because even though you had some stuff like that, I mean, of course, we had the black characters, G.I. Joe. We had some Storm from X-Men. You had Ghostbusters. You had Winston. Oh, again, new Ghostbusters. So we should get some better Ghostbuster toys. Oh, all that stuff was cool, but let's be honest, they didn't really look black. They was brown toys. They didn't look like black people. Oh, that's gone. They look great. They look phenomenal. So I'm like super excited. They're getting me just jazzed for black stuff.
Nice.
And it's really cool. It's really cool. Just stuff to add to a black action figure collection. Because, I just like action figures. And just other cool stuff. Got baby Yodas that talk and move, that make the sounds. I mean, $300? Yes. Yes, please. It will be my child. And I will raise it like a child. I will raise it Sith. It will be a Sith, but it will be raised properly. But just cool stuff. Just cool stuff. So, yeah. Yeah.
That sounds fun.
I mean, yeah, super fun. And then, like I said, just something just cool, interesting to look at. Like, of course, and like I said, other stuff like X-Men figures, Transformers is back in a really cool way. They're like redoing old stuff with new technology, so they look just mad accurate. Just accurate. I'm trying to think of. I ain't gonna front. My Little Pony stuff look dope. It actually looks dope. I'm like, if I like them, I would give my goddaughter some. But they look dope. I can't look at some, and of course there's. You'll see some displays of some Japanese stuff, not as much as you would get, say, at an anime expo. But they'll have some stuff. You'll get some Gundams. You'll get definitely some waifu stuff, um, Street Fighter characters, things like that. But it's just cool. And like I said, the accuracy where they actually look like black people, not stereotypes, not caricatures, but black people. And that's not to say that the like stuff based on cartoons that have are a style, like stylistically done. They look, accurate to the cartoons. Like it's just, I might honestly, I think it's just really cool to see. It just is.
Nice.
What else? What else am I into? Catching up on a lot of comic books. Loving the X Men right now. Loving Dawn of X. And like I said, the X Men on some straight up. I know everybody knows the analogy. The X Men represent minorities, black people, blah blah. Right now they on some straight. Marcus Garvey. We separating. We moving back. We got our own lane. Y'all leave us alone. We'll leave you alone. But if you don't, we gonna fuck you up. I love it. Um, Loving Justice League and Justice League Odyssey. It's just based. It's comic book stuff. It's heroes fighting villains. Villains with a purpose, and heroes are losing right now. So when they win, it's gonna be fun. It's just comic book. And I don't know why like people watch movies that make billions of dollars and yet still think it's a bad thing to say comic book. Like then you just go watch like 8 movies this year, all based on comic books, but you can't pick up a book. Go read something. Go read.
Ha.
Which which again gets me excited for some of the black comic book stuff that's coming out. I want to get into details because again, they're coming out and stuff happens when you do stuff independently. But you can check out on our Facebook. Our Facebook, I share updates on a lot of the black comic books that I'm looking forward to. And we're getting better on Instagram. We're gonna start sharing more of that stuff on Instagram too, just posting people in their progression. Because I think that's a part of the process that people need to learn. Like Marvel just didn't start overnight. DC, anybody. It was a process. They had to start from the ground up, and we can too. So we're definitely gonna start sharing more of that. But there are a lot of cool stuff. Check out on Facebook. That's Afro Anime Initiative on Facebook, Instagram, Afro Anime Initiative. One word. Really cool stuff coming this year. I really hope they come out. And of course, we'll support where we can, some Kickstarters here. And when we put in our money, we'll let you know. Because like I said, we back up what we say. We're going to spend money on it. We definitely going to tell y'all we spent money on
Oh, for sure.
it.
Um,
What else? Go ahead. Go ahead.
well, in case some of you aren't, well, some of our lovely readers have been or have not been paying attention. I do not know. But there is a book, I don't know if any of you have seen my review for the first book called Dread Nation by Justina Ireland. And for a recap is basically a Civil War era zombie outbreak. A, what is it? A school for Negro girls to fight these zombies for the white class, upper class, whatever, or any white person who can afford it. And it's basically just one of those mysteries that kind of unfold, and it's a fun story. I enjoyed it. And if you haven't seen my review, please check it out. I believe I posted it in our reviews playlist and on, or at least, something about it on Instagram. Now, the second book was just released sometime last week, and it's called Deathless Divide. So it basically picks up where the last story left off, and I can't say I'm a little. I'm actually pretty excited to read this. I haven't done it yet. I haven't gotten a chance to get my hands on a copy of it yet, but I think Half Price Books has it on hold for me, so I should be getting it hopefully this weekend.
Nice.
Fingers crossed, because the
Mm.
one they're holding, it's like way out in the suburbs. I'm like,
Mm.
um, but yeah, I'm actually pretty excited to read it because again, it's the second book of an interesting and pretty like just compelling series so far. It's like I don't want to say like on a grand scale like it's super competitive, best book I've ever read, but it's really fun to follow, and the characters are enjoyable, most of them anyway. I have my few issues with some of them. Cannot spoil it for you, but let's just say may not see them in the second book.
Mm.
Just saying. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to reading it, and hopefully I share a review with you guys later this week. Um, otherwise, there hasn't been very much. It's like, oh god, it's the worst. I'm like, I know that there's stuff that I'm like thinking about and I'm excited about, but then I would blank out when I need to talk about them. I don't know why. So I'm gonna.
That's not a good quality for a podcast.
Uh, yeah, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Thanks for saying it's not a good quality for a podcast. I'm just gonna keep doing it. Thanks. I know that. Yeah. Um. But yeah, I think. Well, I mean, for the most part, it really isn't much I have been excited about, to be honest. It's not to say that I'm just not interested in much, just that I haven't had a chance to really look at much recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where I come in, because
Mm.
that's what I do.
Ugh.
What else I got? I've been into the Incredible Hulks right now, Immortal Hulk storyline. Super dope right now. It's basically the Hulk against corporations. And of course, the corporation he's basically is a Fox News style corporation. It's super great right now. I'm loving it. And of course, it's still, again, that good word I love, comic booky.
Yes.
So there's a lot of good comic book stuff in there and throwbacks and stuff, but definitely about just fighting against the system. And you know it's corrupt and it needs to change. And you got the strongest superhero in the Marvel universe, maybe. Well, that's debatable.
Mm.
Trying to do that. What else am I into? What else I've been checking up on? Rereading The Boys. Got inspired by the Amazon series to go back and look at that. Really digging it. Forgot just how graphically and gorgeously violent that series is.
Mm.
Real good. Just good. Um, oh, so much. What else? Oh, loving new Thor. Thor, basically Hero of the Galactic Thor is dope. Looks cosmic, like straight out of an 80s sci-fi movie. Where they knew the story was bad, they tried to make it look good as possible. But in this, the story is good and it looks great. So I really been loving how Thor's going right now. What else? With the when in honor of the Birds of Prey, the emancipation of one Harley Quinn, dumbest title ever created. I rewatched Batman animated series.
Mm.
Then I got into new Harley Quinn TV series. The new Harley Quinn TV series is dope.
I've heard great things about it. I haven't been able to access it because I don't have DC.
So dope. It's just fun. And there's some of course there's some lessons in there, but it's fun. But it's lessons for adults. A lot of cursing, innuendo, and sometimes straight up just telling you what's going on. And it's fun. I don't know about the movie. Haven't watched the movie yet. I want to. I'm gonna sit down and do that one day. But haven't done it yet. Yes, the Birds of Prey, the emancipation of one Harley Quinn, dumbest title ever created. So yeah, so I haven't watched that.
But I heard good things about the movie too. So
I did too. I just thought that the trailer turned me off. We talked to this before. It's a bad trailer. There's one more thing. Oh, and I finally saw the Star Wars Episode 9. Was that Rise of Skywalker? Mm-hmm. I finally saw it. It was fun.
Okay, nice.
Was it good? I don't know. Was it fun?
Yes.
Yes. It made me forget about stuff. And that's what a movie should do sometimes. It made me forget about all other stuff. I just enjoyed watching it. Mm-hmm. So, I think that's not even close to everything. Playing Mortal Kombat 11. Loving the Joker in Mortal Kombat 11. Mm-hmm. We talked about that in the trailer. Well, since then, it has come out. I've been playing them. So much fun. Still not my main character. Still a noob sci-fi guy, but Joker is so much fun.
Nice.
Oh, man. I can't really think of nothing else. I mean, random music. Remix Maniacs on YouTube. Just follow them. They just do good, fun stuff. Like, my life is geek stuff, so I'm just trying to think of what I've been doing in my life lately. Well, started rewatching Gargoyles.
Ooh, how's that?
I forgot how phenomenal that show was, how intelligent it was as a kid, and I was able to keep up. Like, oh, so at least somebody didn't think we was dumb.
Right.
Because it's long form storytelling. Again, like before it came out, X-Men animated series, and it made me realize, why don't we do more stuff like this for kids? We obviously can keep up with it. We keep up with it. We enjoy it. We kids enjoy long form storytelling. We want to stick around for stuff. Give the kids that stuff. Stop thinking they dumb. You're making them dumb. Give them the stuff. They'll follow along with it without a problem.
I think at this point, though, well, no, I don't think there's like no hope, but there's still hope for our youth to pay attention, because I'm noticing attention spans are so short.
Yeah.
So
And
short.
but
And
Steven
it's not
Universe
that good.
lasted for how many years?
They're able to do it the way they did by like, okay, most of their episodes are not even like 15 minutes long. Well, in the first half of the series. That plus they went on like super long hiatuses, so they kept showing reruns like over and over and over again sporadically in non-sequential order for a long time up
Mm,
until this recent season, I believe,
okay.
and the Steven Universe movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, cause looking at like I don't watch the show, but I'll look at people when they talk about a diagnosis or even timeline videos,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, this is some long form
Yeah.
storytelling.
Oh yeah. Oh, oh my
And I'm
god.
like, and it was a huge success.
Mhm.
I'm like, give our kids more stuff like that. Give our kids more stuff like that.
Honestly. And it's so interesting. Okay, I'm glad that you are going into the whole cartoon stuff cuz I got some stuff to say about today's cartoons versus yesterday's cartoons. Like, okay, I was on an app and somebody put up a poll saying like which one is the best worst show, like cartoon show. The first one was Cow and
Mm-hmm.
Chicken. You remember Cow and Chicken?
Yes.
Okay. It was like the first one was Cow and Chicken, second one was Ed, Ed and Nettie, and third one was Cat Dog. Fourth one was Uncle Grandpa. Now, most of the votes went towards Ed, Ed and Nettie, which is
Mm-hmm.
understandable because that show reminded me of the show Clarence. And in case any of you don't know what Clarence is, it's basically like, okay, anybody our age or in between Darren's and mine's know what Ed, Ed and Eddie is. Um, Clarence, I'm pretty sure some of you may know, but it's essentially the same type of show, but it's about this kid named Clarence and him and his friends, just adventures around the neighborhood or adventures at school and imagination stuff. And it's just the humor, again, it's like a well-written show because the humor is for both adults and for kids. You have different types of kids interacting with our main character, and it's just weird but funny because childhood is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Very weird, and it just it pins it. And then you have like the show called Uncle Grandpa, which a lot of people are like, "What's that?" Which is it's just one of those shows that makes you go, "Huh?" I can't really know. I don't know how to describe it. I would say it's along the same weird vein as Cow and Chicken. If
I would just say, I don't know. It's more of
I say the same vein, not the exact same thing, like just
no, no.
the
I'm saying it's more of
weirdness
just like
level.
it's just weirdness for weirdness sake. There's no
Yeah,
real purpose behind it. Nothing. Just
right,
weirdness for weirdness sake.
right. And I just find it fascinating how people, well, full grown people would criticize shows like that when we had weird, nonsensical shows in our youth as well.
Weird and sippy.
Right? Oh my god, yo, see, this is why we're so messed up right now because we had Ren and Stimpy and Invader Zim. I think the difference between those and the shows now is that the shows now feel a lot more tame than the ones before. They
Yeah.
feel a lot more tame. I am not. I mean, it's a different generation, different type of weird humor. I guess it's hard to say, but there are some differences, and it kind of just makes me go on like this whole like memory lane type thing about how I used to watch these weird nonsensical shows, and I really miss Ed, Ed and Eddie. Freaking Rolf was my favorite, my absolute favorite. So I'm keeping an eye out for any more shows like that because I know that let's say I think Amazing World of Gumball, I think it's done if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, them, Steven Universe, a couple like a whole generations.
Yeah, quite a few. Yeah. So I'm trying to see if I can keep like an eye out for some of those for some of those shows. I don't know what else is new though. At this point, I don't feel like Cartoon Network is producing any new shows at this point.
Cause like the most of the stuff on cable, like honestly, nobody's really doing anything for cable, and it's weird to say it that way. But it's like they'll make something that's going straight to the streaming services.
That is true. That is very
You
true.
know?
Because I think these cable channels are partnering up with different streaming services because I think Netflix is with Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Obviously, well, Disney with
Disney just gobbled all their Disney
Disney,
stuff back
right?
up.
Right.
Yeah,
Disney's its own entity. And I think Cartoon Network is with HBO Go? I think.
I believe so. I think they go into Max. I think so too because that's
Max,
why all
yeah.
the Studio Ghibli stuff and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, which I'm still mad about, because why?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not,
My thing is ready to get a Blu-ray, get them on Blu-ray anyway, so I ain't got to worry about it.
yep, pretty much, and I don't have to wait, or you may have to go and pirate. May
Yeah, that's what I meant by Blu-ray. I'm sorry. I meant steal.
want to steal.
We do not condone any illegal activity taken to partake
Pirate
in
Bay.
anime. But yeah, we're gonna do that. So yeah, so it just feels weird because like I know, and we've talked about this before. Netflix will drop a whole series of a cool black animated show. Never tell nobody when it came out.
And then cancel it.
Yep, it only gets one season.
Yep.
Thanks. Cool.
They wouldn't even know about it. What the heck? And then when it finally starts to get traction, oh well, sorry, we gotta cancel after one
Yeah.
or two seasons if we're lucky. And it's like,
If
why?
yeah.
What are you doing?
And
Like,
they blame, well, nobody was watching it. Well, you didn't tell anybody.
right?
Like, it's called advertise,
Y'all,
bruh.
like they're starting to sound like Google.
Yeah.
Create a product, not advertise it. Oh, we have to shut it down. No, you don't, because y'all don't talk about it.
Yeah.
The heck?
And like, so it's just, yeah. And that's like I said, it's a weird thing because it feels like a whole generation this year is about to go away in animation. And you're waiting for that next thing. You're waiting for that thing to be like, you know what? Yeah, I would sit down with a child and watch this and enjoy this and learn with them and enjoy the experience. But it's just like, y'all giving us garbage. Like you finna give us weird for weird sake, and that don't cut it. It didn't cut it for us. Ren and Stimpy had a purpose. And like it was nasty, but it taught us about biology. It really did. There was purpose behind it. None of the other stuff like this is just weird for weird sake. They're just high. Writers and animators just high. And I get, like I said, if it keeps the kids entertained, cool. But again, we come from a generation where we get the animaniacs. We was entertained, gross stuff, but we learned. We learned.
Yeah.
You get stuff, like I said, again, Gargoyles, X-Men animated series. You get long form storytelling with some, you know what? I have to pull back my statement a little bit. We do have stuff like that, even though I don't know when the next season's coming out. DuckTales. The new DuckTales,
right.
I set it down to watch it before one of my godchildren started watching. I'm like, yo, this is freaking dope. Long form, intelligent life lessons, and it makes sense. There's a mythology. And of course, they don't get the stuff that's from the original series that we know, but they still enjoy it. And it's like, oh, well, I can tell you about the original stuff. And they're like, oh, for real? Like, they actually want to talk about it.
Mm.
Like, that's what cartoons can do. They get you involved with the lives of children. And they get involved with you to help them grow up and learn stuff, knowing they can talk about things. You know, not without that stigmatism, unfortunately, like this dumb country has with animation. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, DuckTales is definitely up there as like for me, something I would sit down with kids and watch and enjoy it completely through.
Mm-hmm.
And then talk about it afterwards. I'm like, what did you like about it? Did you like this? Oh, we want to know about this character. And hopefully, please, dear Disney, if you get off this Funko Pop bender you on,
Oh my
come
god.
out with some DuckTales action figures.
Yeah.
Some cool articulated ones.
Mm-hmm.
I'll buy a new Darkwing Duck in a heartbeat.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't like that pop. The pop was weird looking. But yeah, I bought Darkwing Duck action figure again because I had one when I was a kid. Like, that stuff back, man.
Gotta get it now. Shoot.
Yeah, but animation, like I said, that whole thing about just getting animation again, we promote our artists a lot, and we got a lot of them doing animation things, doing pixel art. Pixel art is coming back again. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, check us out on all our social medias and let's just enjoy it.
Right.
And share it with your kid. Like even though I know I opened up talking about Toy Fair, going to buy toys from people. Black people make toys too. Go find them. Just gotta find them. Like I know there are a lot of African dolls out there in the style of Barbies with different African dress and print with the history on them. Like go look for that stuff. And if you need help, that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah. And video games. We didn't talk about video games. Except
Like,
not
other,
in depth. There's more
I'm
video games, not the ones you
about to say,
mentioned.
other than Joker, I haven't been into any. What have you been into?
Yeah. Well, okay. So, I guess I'm literally just remembering this now. My brain is just not working with me today. Um, there was like this week I've been looking for like indie games on this in the Switch store,
Mm-hmm.
and you know how the it is to look for anything on the Switch store. But they're always having a sale like every week of one title of a couple titles or another, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking at how there's a pro- uh, crap. What's the term? It's the company that produces video games.
Developer, publisher, publisher,
Yes, yes,
publisher.
yes, yes, yes. I think publisher or developer. I don't remember the term, but it's Chucklefish.
Developers make it, publishers put it out there.
I think it's Chucklefish is the developer, and they
Okay.
do games like Starbound, Stardew.
I'm about to say, yeah, the Starbound. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Stardew Valley. I have both. Um, they have Wargroove. I believe that's the only one in the Switch store though. But they also have Witchbrook, and the one game I actually am excited to see in the Switch store is Eastward. Now this game is again in the same like similar, tiny pixelated, what is it? It's 60 something bit game, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Pixelated retro looking games, but the
Mm-hmm.
way it's done and the animation is number one beautiful. Like I'll see if I can link you guys to the trailer, and it's absolutely beautiful, and it's basically like a story about a father and a daughter making their way through a world that is like gradually shrinking, and they have to figure out a way to, I think, survive or at least reverse it. I have to look again at the synopsis, but I've seen previews of it, and it's just amazing. Like this game is like right up my alley, and the sprites are like adorable. The animation is fantastic. The coloring, just the storyline looks so much fun, and I'm actually really really looking forward to it because again, like this is the kind of game that I can really immerse myself in. And honestly, there aren't that many games I'm into unless it's like sometimes if I'm in the mood for like a beat 'em up or a kill 'em all, such as Party Hard. Oh my gosh, I will never get tired of that game ever.
Yeah.
Um, just never. And then, and I feel like I need to replay Starbound. I haven't gotten very far before, but I need to like really put myself into it. But yeah, Eastward is one game that I'm really looking forward to it by Chucklefish. Another game that has been on my wish list for quite a while, and I've actually been following the development for a good 3 years now, is called Virtuaverse.
Mm.
And it's another pixelated cyberpunk futuristic story, but it's very immersive. It's like a point and click, and they just what was it? They just announced the release date a couple days ago, and it's gonna drop sometime in May. I believe May 4th on Steam, and then maybe not Steam, maybe Switch by the end of the year, maybe.
Nice.
Um, and yeah, other consoles maybe by the end of the year or early next year. Um, and it's again, I've been following the development for a while, and I'm actually pretty excited to see because I've been into like the whole pixelated cyberpunk aesthetic stuff for a while,
Mm.
and it's just been fun watching like just the development of the animation, scenes, and the music. The music's badass. It is awesome. Um, another game. There's another game. Oh, it's escaping me. What is it? No, don't do this. Don't do this to me. Damn it. Anyways, so there are a bunch of other
Get your
games.
mind,
Like,
Jedi.
oh, shut up. Um, but yeah, I've been looking around, seeing what games have caught my attention, what else I can, talk to you guys about. I believe that's all I can think of at the moment. But yeah, those are definitely some titles to look forward to. Some indie titles. Um, Also, like if you have a Switch, try the demos. They have a bunch of demos for different games that are a lot of fun to play. And yeah, just let us know what you're into as well. What you're excited for? Any announcements? I know that they pushed, what is it, Breath of the Wild for the second Breath of the Wild game for
They pushed it.
yeah, for next year.
I didn't even know they announced it was coming out this year. Okay,
Oh,
cool.
really? No, last
Yeah,
year.
because
Yeah.
when they did the announcement at E3, SSE3,
Uh-huh.
they just said it. They didn't had a date or nothing, no time frame. They said it's coming.
Oh, I heard that. Well, speculation was for this year, but then, well, Nintendo kind of sort of confirmed it, but at the same time, later on, they were like, "Oh no, we got to do some more work on it. We got to push it to next year." So now
Yeah, because I didn't.
yeah, they're saying it's
Yeah,
going to be like maybe earlier, no, mid next year, mid 2021.
yeah, yeah. I figured they would do that because they had such success dropping it mid year,
Uh huh.
dropping games mid year right now.
Mhm.
And I figured they were gonna come like super hard with more the word is not first party. What I'm looking for, second party stuff for this Christmas,
Uh huh.
and
Yeah.
they were going to do more first party stuff next year. Because I
Right.
know Metroid 4 is still somewhere in limbo. And I haven't heard anything else
Ooh,
mainstream
I've
like no
not
new
heard
Mario,
anything
nothing else.
about Metroid at all. That's so weird.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. What I want to say. So you're saying the beat 'em ups? I've heard this beat 'em up called the Takeover.
That sounds familiar.
Okay, it's super. I wasn't going to say super new, but it just came out.
Uh
Looks phenomenal. I'm not into a beat 'em up type of guy. The only beat 'em up I ever played was the X Men and
huh.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games. But this looks super fun. And it's not just fun. You got some swords, some guns. And it looks like super 80s neon. I want to say it's steam. Oh, not it's not steampunk. It's steampunk ish. Just bright colors and loud explosions.
Oh, kind of like
But
80s back. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm looking it up right now,
yeah,
and it looks fun. Looks a lot of fun.
yeah, I'm interested in that.
Mm-hmm.
That I mean, that's a beat 'em up I'm interested in.
Hmm.
Yeah, cause like I said, on the video game side, like honestly, I'm super quiet. I'm over all these AAA games. Look, I watch people play a lot of stuff, but I'm not into getting nothing really.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's like really made me go like, ooh, except for the takeover. Nothing's made me go, ooh, I really need to spend money on that.
Uh huh.
Like nothing.
Hmm.
Like I say, even like the new Avengers games is coming up.
Yeah.
I was more interested in the special editions because they giving out collectors action figures with it than the actual game. I'm like, oh wait,
Huh.
like let's see any good.
Right, 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 right.
So
Okay. Oh, Pokemon. In their recent Nintendo Direct, not how many Nintendo Directs did they do? It's been a lot
I don't know
recently. Yeah,
because they just finished an Animal Crossing one like yesterday.
yes, 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 yes. Which I would talk about, but I'm not into Animal Crossing. Unfortunately, I tried so hard to get into it, but it's just not a game for me. I just can't. I can't
Yeah.
do the whole setup and try to woo people. I think that's Stardew Valley. I cannot. I cannot with. No, I can't waste my time with that. I'm not going to be trying to figure out how to woo Danny, who's all the way at the other end of town, who's a recluse but kind of nice-ish looking, meh. And then I have to make stuff that takes up time, and then I'm all the way at the other end of town, and then daytime is only like 5 minutes, and it takes me 15 minutes to cross town, and then I have to farm. No,
Mm,
I'm not doing all that.
gotcha.
I'm not
You
doing all
want a
that.
game where you can live the ideal isoless life where I only go into society when I want to.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Like
They need to
why
make that Nintendo pay
Oh
attention.
my god. But yeah, recently they did a Pokemon Direct for a new DLC for Pokemon Sword and Shield, and I find it so hilarious. Like it looks fun.
Mm,
Two new regions. One it's like the an island or like a tropical area, and the other one is a tundra. It's a snowy tundra, and I like the tundra one because it looks creepy.
mm,
And I mean, I really like exploring like creepy icy tundras in video games in an adventure game because then it's just you get to unlock like mysteries and figure out like what the heck is going on and why people are disappearing or something like that or whatever. I don't exactly
mm,
remember what the stories are for each of them, but I think it's like different legendaries and different new Pokemon, and I think that's where they'll bring back most of the Pokemon from the national decks that they took out from
mm.
the main games that they'll put.
Oh,
I think, yeah, I think so. So, and I just found it hilarious because people are upset over it, and I'm just like, it's not surprising. I predicted this because Nintendo now has a new like console, well, new-ish at this point, but with the release of the Switch Lite, it's still technically new. Um, they have a new console and a whole new console system where they're essentially now just technically catching up with everybody else in terms of DLC type stuff. Because otherwise, they would normally like okay, for the Pokemon games, they would have the first two games, two versions of the same region but different Pokemon at different times, but same storyline essentially. And then they would have the third game, which is pretty much everything, and then some in the third game. Okay, so with this one, it's technically the third game, and people are pissed off because they're like, "Oh, why can't all this extra stuff be in the main game? Because it's so bare bones." Blah blah blah. Why can't this just be an extra game? Because number one, that would be another $60 out of your pocket.
Another $60.
Second, $30 for an expansion pass that allows you access to both regions, but each pass is version exclusive. That's that is where the confusion kind of, I guess, the wording on what they meant by that. Like, because there's expansion packs for both Sword and Shield, which gives you access to both regions. Now, the thing with that is, I guess the initial confusion was that if you buy the pass, you'll have access to both. If not, or yeah, if not, then I think with people thought that with Sword you only have access to one region, and with Shield you only have access to the other region. That's not the case at all. It's basically you buy an expansion pass for both regions for Sword, and then the other pass for both regions for Shield. But it's different Pokemon, but you still have access to both regions. Now, with this one, the island, tropical area, whatever, you have access to it in June. It'll open and then you can play it and have it a part of your game. Now, the second region won't be open until sometime in the fall, which I'm assuming maybe late September, early October, maybe. Mid October at the latest. But knowing Nintendo, they'll probably push it all the way to November. I don't know yet. They didn't give an exact date. Which, to me, sounds interesting. In a way, it kind of makes sense, but I can see why it doesn't. Like, I remember, Darren, you mentioned that it didn't make sense to you initially.
Yeah.
So,
It was Nintendo
mhm.
and the Pokemon Company. Let's not just blame Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
Doing something they're not used to and not communicating it very well with the consumer.
Mhm.
Because again, when did they ever had DLC for a Pokemon game?
Never.
This is brand new for them.
Right.
And like with other Nintendo products, they said, "Hey, we made this game. It's only one game.
Mhm.
Let's add stuff to this one game."
Mhm.
Pokemon, hey, we just made these two games.
Right.
How we gonna add stuff to both games? So that's a lack of communication on their part.
Yeah, but I think because it's new, I think they have room for improvement. See how these DLCs do. I'm interested. Like I want to put money on it and see how they play out and what I'll get. And because of it, you get, like, for those of you who have Sword and or Shield or both, um, you can get a version exclusive Pokemon too at like one of the train stations in the game. So
Mm.
I got I think it's a Slowpoke, like I think it's like the tropical island version of Slowpoke. It looks
Mm-hmm.
weird. It looks weird, but I like him because it's Slowpoke.
Yeah, I think the greatest innovation that Nintendo could do when it comes to Pokemon is make one goddamn game. Make one game and put all the crap in there. Or better yet, know what? Hold on, I got it.
But
And this is not my idea. I didn't come with this idea, but just make an MMO. Let
oh
somebody
my
create a
god,
character,
man,
go out into the and look, make a world, make the world, all these different regions, make the continents, make the oceans. You got to sail Pokemon in the water in the make the damn MMO. Like you gonna get nothing but money from microtransactions. Just do it. Just do it. I
oh
would be interested in that.
oh my god,
I ain't gonna lie.
that sounds so much fun. Actually, I played a fan version of of a Pokemon MMO
Mm-hmm.
that takes place in the region of Johto, and it's
Nice.
and of course it's, I don't know if it's still around anymore because Nintendo is like
Yeah,
striking
they
down
shut shit
anybody. Yeah,
down.
instead of inviting people to bring in those innovative ideas, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. There was an actual Pokemon MMO fan created. I don't know if it's still up. I don't know if the servers are still up, but I think I made an account, and it's literally like your 3D world, but with the Johto, like the first gold and silver graphics,
Mm.
and it's weird, but I love it because the way it's set up, it's just you can actually see the next town down the road from your small
Right.
town, and it's fun. So I would totally throw my money down for an MMO. Like I think it would be a great way to end the franchise if they ever looked. If you know what I mean, like they can create the MMO with a new region, but then make it so that you can go to the other regions that have been shown in the franchise, include
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It
including the
wouldn't have
Orange
to end.
Islands, including the Orange Islands.
It legit wouldn't have to end.
Yep.
You just keep expanding the world. Hey, guess what? Next expansion pack, this region that we just talked about in the animated series. Here you go. This region we introduced back in Pokemon Purple, Blue, Sick, whatever. And just keep going.
Hmm.
And just keep going. And you,
Absolutely.
like I said, once again, people are going to pay for those expansions,
Yep.
and people are going to pay for microtransactions.
Yep.
Say you just want this special Team Rocket shirt. You may not be Team Rocket, but you want that shirt to wear for your avatar. You putting the money down. You're
Absolutely.
going to do it.
Hmm.
You know, they have special events where you got to fight against Misty. You got to fight against Brock. You got to go to a certain gym at this certain time and a certain day to get this one thing. I mean, the ideas are endless because it's already built into the system.
Yep. And it would be a long time coming too, because again, you still have the interesting stuff that is region exclusive. Like I remember for Johto, they had these siblings that would hand out, I forgot, like different items to you on different days of the week, and their names
Mm-hmm.
corresponded to the different days of the week. And at some point in between, I think Kanto and Johto, because I think from after you complete Johto, you can have access to Kanto and get like essentially all 16 badges, which is why that generation is hands down the best. I don't care what anybody says about platinum and silver, but platinum and gold, damn it, platinum, whatever. See, like I didn't even get into that generation, like because I didn't have a DS at the time, so I missed out, and now I don't care about it. I have the game, but I tried playing it. I till this day I'm still not finished with it, and I don't care to finish it. It's terrible. It's like the only generation I don't care to finish. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, like each game or each region has their own like exclusive stuff, like they did in game. You encounter
Yes.
the legendaries. But I would say that maybe that they don't have the legendaries as catchable though.
Yeah, there's special events so you get some prizes or stuff. Or it has to be something that's just farther down the line. Again, you
Hmm.
can build up to it.
Yep.
You build up to it like raids. Again, like raids. It's the framework is already there.
Right.
And then look, you want to make it super gangster, then add the Pokemon game into the Pokemon MMO where you gotta go collect the cards too.
Oh, that
You
would
just
be.
need to collect the cards.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
I mean, it's just money.
Yep.
Just money.
Yep.
I'm helping them get money. And I'm like, and Nintendo, and I get what Nintendo's mantra is, and that they're not out here trying to compete with Microsoft and all this other stuff. But it's just like, you can make a handheld powerful enough where this can work. You just gotta stop being afraid of online.
Hmm.
I'm gonna let you in on the secret. All these precautions, all these things you're doing, people are still gonna be dicks.
Yeah.
Stop
People.
being afraid of it.
Right. People are always
Just
going to
look,
complain about
just
one thing or another. Always.
just pay people to monitor it. Somebody's being a jerk, calling people out their name, racial slurs, they kicked. Just pay people to monitor it. Why y'all so just companies period, not just Nintendo. People just so afraid to pay people to keep their games safe. Just pay people to keep your games safe. That's all. That's all. After that, I ain't got nothing to talk about. Like I said, just random geek stuff.
I think that's it for me on my end too.
All right, cool. Well, we would like to know what you guys are into. What are you looking forward to this year? What conventions you might be going to? Hey, definitely what action figures. We could definitely talk about that. Um, and video games, of course, everything we talked about. What do you guys like? Just hit us up in the comments on wherever you are watching this, and most likely you're watching this on YouTube. But if you catch it up on the Facebook or in any of your groups, comment there. One of us should be able to see it and respond. So that's it for me. How about you, P?
That's it for me. Thank you guys so much for listening. We hope to hear from you guys soon and tune in next week for another episode of Afro Anime Initiative. Bye.
Bye.